Hello and welcome to Game Rules. My name is Mark, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the newest iteration of Flip 7. Flip 7 with a vengeance. There has been a whole lot of stuff added to this game, making it a little meaner, a little more vengeful. So let's dive in and see what it's all about. To set up Flip 7, determine who will be the dealer for the round, and then thoroughly shuffle the deck. Begin the deal by starting with the player left of the dealer, dealing them out one card face up until each player at the table has a face-up card. Any action cards or modifier cards need to be resolved as they are dealt. If an action card is dealt out and it cannot be resolved here on this first turn, it is discarded and replaced with a different card. Once each player has received their first card, we're going to make another round here, and the dealer will ask if they want to hit or stay. Player says stay. That means they do not want any more cards. If they say hit, that means they want another card. So player 1 hits, boom, they get an 11. Player 2 hits, they get a 5. Player 3 hits, they get a 12. And player 4, the dealer, hits, and they get a 7. The deck is set up so that there are a number of cards equal to the value of that card. So there are 11 11s, there are 7 7s, 5 5s, 9 9s, and so on, all the way up to 13. So there are 13 13s. There's also a single 0 in this deck. You can hit or stay. If you continue to hit, you must either stop at some point, or if you happen to flip the same number again, you bust and you're out. You'll get 0 points for the round. And if you're able to flip 7 different numbers, the round will end immediately and you'll get a scoring bonus for that. So we're back to player 1. They say hit. They got a 12. Player 2 says hit. And they got the unlucky 7. This means they have to discard all other cards. Discarded cards are put off to the side. They will not be shuffled back into the deck for the next round. They are not shuffled in until the deck runs out entirely. Here we go back to player 3. They're going to go ahead and hit again. They got an 11. And player 4 hits. They just busted. They got a second 9. So player 4 loses all of their points. And they're out for the round. When a player busts, they should flip all of their cards face down to signal that they are out for the round. So even if the dealer busts, they will still be the dealer for the rest of the round. Player 1 says hit me. And they get the divided by 2 modifier card. It says play on any player. So at the end of the round, their total score will be divided by 2. And they're going to go ahead and play it over here on player 3. Now it's player 2's turn. They say hit me. And they got the just one more action card. And that says play on any player. So they're going to go ahead and play it on player 1. They have to draw one card and then freeze, or they get dealt a card. Boom. Oh, they are dealt the 12. Now, this means they bust, so they are out for the round. If that would have been a different number, then they wouldn't have busted. They would still get to score at the end of the round. But since they are forced to freeze, that essentially means they have to stay, and then they're done collecting cards for the round. But they got another 12, so they busted. Back to player 2. They are going to push their luck. I mean, they got the unlucky 7. They aren't doing too hot, but they'll go ahead and flip again. They got a 3. And at this point, player 3 is like, you know what? I might as well go for one more card. I already have to get my score divided by 2. And they got a 5. All right, then we come back around to player 2. They'll hit again. They got a 7, which means player 2 just busted. They got a second 7. That leaves us with just player 3. They are going to go ahead and stay. This brings the round to an end. All players still in earn points for their cards. You have to consider all modifier cards too and tallying up the score. So our player here has 18 points for the round. If at any point during the round you receive a 7th unique number card, the round ends immediately and you will score a 15-point bonus. Player 2 is the only one to score points. They get 18 added to their score. All of the cards that have been used are collected and placed off to the side. They are not shuffled back into the deck. The role of dealer passes one player to the left, and you play another round. And you will continue to play rounds until one or more players has reached a score of 200 points or more. At that point, the game ends and whoever has the most points wins. If there's a tie between players, let's say the round comes to an end and we have 3 players with 211 points. Those 3 players continue to play rounds until there is a winner. There are 3 special number cards in the deck. They count as the number on the card, but they also have a special ability. The 0 card means you are going to score 0 for the round unless you flip 7. So when you get the 0 card, you must keep receiving cards until you either bust or flip 7. Action cards are, of course, resolved in the same way. The unlucky 7 forces you to discard all the cards you received before it, and you keep the unlucky 7. Sort of a soft reset for the round. If you already had a 7, the unlucky 7 does not cause you to bust. And finally, we have the lucky 13. You may have one other 13. So if you already have a 13 and you get the lucky 13, you do not bust. And if you get the lucky 13 as your first 13, you're going to be able to collect one more 13. There are 6 modifier cards in the deck, and if you ever receive one of these, you may play it on any player that's still in the round. So any busted players can't receive this, but people who are still in the round and have stayed, or they're still receiving cards, they can get this and it will alter their score. So we have the -2, -4, -6, -8, and -10. At the end of the round, you will deduct that many points from your total. You cannot go below 0. And then we got the divided by 2 card, which cuts your score in half. And in the case where your number ends up coming out as a decimal, you'll just round down. There are 5 different action cards, 2 copies of each card in the deck. When you receive an action card, you may play it on any active player. That means any player who has not busted. So even if a player has stayed, they can still be on the punishing end of one of these cards. You can play these action cards on yourself, and if you are the only player still in the round, meaning the only player who has not busted, you must play the action card on yourself. First, we have steal, which allows the player to steal any card from another player. Discard forces any player to discard 1 card from their lineup. Swap allows any 2 players to swap any 2 cards. Just one more forces a player to take 1 more card, and freeze, meaning they stay for the round. Finally, we have the flip 4. When this is played on a player, that person must immediately receive 4 cards. Any action cards that are set up are placed to the side and resolved in order after the 4 cards have been flipped. If a player busts, that ends the turn for them immediately. If a player is able to get a flip 7, that ends the round immediately. They do not have to resolve the flip 4 in its entirety. And that's how to play Flip 7 with a vengeance. If you have any questions about this game, or if you have a game you would like to see a video for, be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, the best thing you can do is subscribe, ring the bell, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. All of those things really do help us out. They tell the algorithm, hey, I liked this video, other people might like it too, and it gives the video a little nudge. I've got other card games you might enjoy over here in these playlists. And as always, until next time, keep on playing.